Hello everyone, I am Dr.V.Srividhya. The subject which I am going to discuss now is Entrepreneurship Development of 5th semester BCom. In Entrepreneurship Development, Unit 4 is Preparing the Business Plan. Under Preparing the Business Plan, the subtopic which will be discussed in detail in this video is Human Resources of the Business Plan. What is this human resources aspect of business plan? Yes, we discussed about financial aspects and marketing aspects of business plan. When in the first or second slide, I think so, first or second video, we have discussed about what is business plan and importance, and then also the format of business plan. In the format of business plan, we have discussed about each and every aspect, to not in detail, but now we are going to discuss in detail about each aspect. So in that matter, we have covered financial and marketing. Now we are going to discuss about human resources aspects. In financial aspects, we are discussed about how the finance will be arranged, and in marketing, how the goods has to be promoted in the market. Yes, all this has to be done. Otherwise, it is of waste. If you are manufacturing the product, it will be waste. So finance, arranging finance and marketing, all that is okay. But who is going to do all this? Is it going to happen by magic? No. It has to be done by human resources. So a company needs manpower. Unless otherwise manpower is not there, no task will be completed. So, can we understand how important human resources is? So, any aspect you are planning or doing or whatever it is, who is going to do it? It's going to be human resources. So, human resources also has to be taken into consideration and planned very well. Then only the planning becomes complete and the task becomes complete. Unless otherwise, the human resources are not given undue importance, nothing can be done. So, under human resources aspects of business plan, we'll see what are the things that has to be taken into consideration. The business plan should provide a description of the people behind the business. So, when a planning is made, the main important thing is it has to definitely mention who are the persons who are behind this. What is planning? Planning is the forecasting what you are going to do about the business. So who are the persons who are behind it? So it should include a list of the founders including their qualification and experience. So there should be some person to start up anything. So who is that person? Give their information. So founders and their experience, qualification, all the required information has to be mentioned. Then a description of who will manage the business on a day-to-day basis, what experience do this individual bring to the business, what special or distinctive competitiveness they do offer. So all this should be taken into consideration while preparing the business plan. So you have to give a clear description about who is going to manage the business. As I told you, human resources, without human resources, nothing is going to happen. Then who are the human resources who are going to manage the business on day-to-day basis? What is their experience? What are they going to get to the business? What are the special competitiveness they have among them? All this should be mentioned in the plan. Then an organizational chart, if one have more than 10 employees. See why this chart is prepared. As soon as you see any organization chart, it gives a clear picture. Who is in hierarchy wise, who is in the top level, next. So when you see the organizational structure, it gives a clear picture of the organization and the hierarchy of the organization. Who is in the top management, then middle, then lower. Then including the position description of key employees, all that has to be mentioned if the employees are more than 10. See, all this is planning. So when it is planned, all this has to be taken into consideration. So who will be given what responsibility, what is their position, what is their experience, what is their qualification, what they are going to contribute to the business. All in detail it has to be explained under the human aspect, resources aspects of the business plan. Apart from the manager, it should also specify what type of support staff will be needed for the business to run efficiently. The other aspect that should be considered in this area are complete resume of top managers and key executives. See, in addition to the managers, that is who are in the middle level, top level, it has been decided who is the founder, who is the CEO, executive, all that criteria is one. Then comes managers. So after managers, you have to check out checklist has to be made like as to who is going to support these managers, because managers can't do all the work by themselves, they need assistance. So how many, who, what should be their qualification, all these aspects has to be considered. Otherwise, see, when this all has not been charted out, you won't know like what type of person you require, why you require all that. So if anything is required of such type, they have to decide what is required, who is required, and what is expected from them. And also, they should give a complete resume of top managers and key executives. So, who are they? Who are going to be the managers and who are going to be the executives? And all related resumes of this persons has to be included in this business plan. Then you have to describe the key personnel's initial salaries, pensions, and fringe benefits. See, when we talk about human resources, immediately what comes into your mind? What will be the salary? What will be the benefits? So, human resources, benefits, human resources, salary, all this is interrelated, right? So human resources, they all work, they all put in their efforts, they utilize their talent, they utilize their education for what? For some returns, that is salaries and benefits, what will be given to them, how it is given, how much, all the details should be mentioned. Then list the members of the firm's board of directors, their ages, experience, corporate affiliation, and their connection with the firm. After all this, managers, staff, sub-staff, workers, all after considering all this, even the directors' details also has to be mentioned. What is their name, experience, qualification, all related details. What is required to the directors has to be taken into consideration. Then not only that, the names of legal, accounting, banking and other important personnel who guide the firm should be provided. As I told you, a business can't just be started and carried on. It also needs assistance from many people, many experts in particular field. You need legal expert, financial expert, accounting expert. So who all are giving assistance, who all are guiding, all their important details has to be collected. All the required information about the persons who are guiding to make this plan effective has to be collected and provided. The various type of strategies for employees and the management development program for training, hiring and promotion should be stated. So we discussed about all the points related to the hierarchy, top level, middle level, lower level, experts, the salary, pension, all that is okay. On the whole, when you take this human resources also is very much and closely related to recruitment, training and development. That is, once the employees are recruited, they have to be trained. If they are already trained, fine. But all the persons are not trained in that particular company related to that particular aspect. So the human resources has to take the responsibility of recruiting and training that particular person and developing that person, particular employees or a group of employees or whatever it may be. So this is also one of the main function of human resources: recruitment, training and development. All these are interrelated. So this also has to be taken into consideration while preparing the business plan. How the employees will be recruited, how they will be trained, in what field they'll be trained, after training what is the expectation of the company from those employees, if it is not up to the mark, how they are going to redo it, or if they are excellent, how we are going to develop that employees. So all this related information has to be recorded in the human aspects of business plan, human resources aspects of business plan. So just as I told in each video, like one image, as soon as you see, it gives a compiled aspects like what is related to human resources. Here you can see like recruitment, training, then related to compensation, how it is compensated, how they are monitored, and how the feedback is given. Again, retraining, all we discussed, all this comes under human resources planning. So all this aspects has to be taken into consideration before preparing the human resources aspects of business plan, and all this has to be covered, then only the human resource aspects of business plan will be complete. So take into consideration all this, then definitely human resources will be a success. This also you can see what all is related to human resources, recruitment, and check over their performance. If the performance is not good, give them again training, and research has to be done regarding human resources, and should check out who can be the good leader or leadership qualities can be developed, and what is the potential of each human in the company, human resources in the company, whether the potentialities can be enhanced, can be developed. All this related aspects has to be taken into consideration by the human resources personnel. So when this all are planned, when all this has been the aspects are taken and covered in the human aspects of business plan, definitely regarding to human resources, there won't be any, not even a single problem if all these aspects are covered. So reference for these materials you can take into consideration, and the website link also has been given. Thank you all. I hope I have given you the information related to human aspects of business plan in this video. Maybe I think you all would have understood. Thank you all once again for listening to this video. Thank you.